again, Ja Morant in the news. Is this about guns again?
It's about family, and it's got something to do with guns. His father has kind of broken off relations with him. His father is T. Morant. Ja Morant's a great guard, Memphis Grizzlies, has been suspended twice within about a 3-month span for involvement with guns and incidents and a bad posse. Well, T. Morant went public over the weekend. In essence, he condemned his son. He said, this is not a story about guns. It's not a story about friends. You can't use this as a story about wrong place, wrong time. He said, this story is about Ja Morant's, bad decisions that he got involved in. Father said the kid has cost himself $9 million in salaries now with the 2 suspensions, and he's lost all of his endorsements, and yet he refuses to separate himself from his friends, his posse. And now he's suspended for the first 25 games this coming season after missing a chunk at the end of last season that cost him in the playoffs. And the father is just, it's almost as if T. Morant has disowned the son because of the son's bad decisions. And he says it's not about the bums he's hanging with or the places he's going. It's just about his decision-making process to be with these people and go that certain situation and be involved in that incident. That's amazing condemnation from the father of an NBA star.
Yeah, well, it sounds like the father's right. But why didn't the father instill those values when they was raising Ja Morant as a young child? So there's something not quite right there. But it's just amazing that he continues to be stubborn, that will not accept responsibility and make lifestyle adjustments here, because this is his life. And he's literally self-destructing. So this man, we talked about, he needs a mentor like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to come in and help him out, but he needs his father. It's sad the father's disowning him, but this is where dad needs to step in.
Oh, maybe there was a bad history background there that led to this point where the kid is so independent to the point you can't reel him back under control. So now there've been no incidents since he was slapped with the 25-game suspension, but the NBA union has kind of interceded. They really need to do an intervention to get this kid on the right track and keep him on the right track. Because he told the commissioner, Adam Silver, I was wrong. This is what I'm going to do, et cetera, et cetera. They let him back into the NBA. And then bingo, he had the same thing again at the end of the season. And now he's 25 games gone, which to me is catastrophic to Memphis because they couldn't survive when they lost him for 7 or 8 games. So sometimes, it's a bad upbringing. Sometimes it's the person. Maybe it's a byproduct of the bad upbringing. Or sometimes it's the people around the person, quote, the posse. But Morant, that situation has not solved itself. Speaking of the NBA,